Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the closing ceremony of the 19th Games of the Small States of Europe. Please join us in celebrating the success of these games and of the real stars of these games, the athletes. Andorra. The flag bearers for Andorra are Nolea, Pauls and Paul Moya. In these games, Andorra won a total of 21 medals, 4 gold, 7 silver and 10 bronze. Ladies and gentlemen, Cyprus. The flag bearers for Cyprus are tennis player Petros Chrysokos and athlete Amelia Kolokotroni. In these games, Cyprus won a total of 87 medals, 30 gold, 28 silver and 29 bronze. Iceland, ladies and gentlemen. The flag bearers for Iceland are athlete Iris Anna Skúladóttir and judoka Egil Blöndal. The Icelandic team leave Malta with a total of 42 medals, 11 gold, 13 silver and 18 bronze. Next on the line is Liechtenstein. The flag bearers for Liechtenstein are shooter Leonie Mautz and squash player David Mayer. In these games, Liechtenstein won a total of 9 medals, 2 gold, 2 silver and 5 bronze. Luxembourg. The flag bearers for Luxembourg are rugby sevens captain Liam Carroll and shooter Lena Bidoli. Team Luxembourg leaves Malta with a total of 66 medals. 16 gold, 22 silver and 28 bronze. Let's hear it for Monaco. The flag bearers for Monaco are swimmer Julia Pikava and shooter Boris Jeremenko. Monaco leaves Malta with a total of 33 medals, 13 gold, 8 silver and 12 bronze. Montenegro. The Montenegrine delegation had to leave Malta on a scheduled flight earlier today. Representing them are flag bearers Pauline Zamnit and Glenn Gregg. In these games, Montenegro won a total of 19 medals, 5 gold, 6 silver and 8 bronze. San Marino. The flag bearers for San Marino are swimmer Loris Bianchi and athlete Alessandra Gasparelli. Team San Marino leaves Malta with a total of 22 medals, 6 gold, 9 silver and 7 bronze. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome to the host country, Malta. The flag bearers for Malta are 2-time gold medalist Jordan Guzman and 3-time gold medalist Colette Sultana. This has been a record-breaking edition for Team Malta, winning for the first time the highest amount of gold medals and leading the medals table with a total of 97 medals in this year's edition. 38 gold, 30 silver, and 29 bronze. Ladies and gentlemen, all together now, a round of applause for the stars of the 19th edition of the Games of the Small States of Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, we will now be awarding the final medals for the 19th edition of the Games of the Small States of Europe. Presenting the medals for squash women's doubles, please welcome Mr. Paul Sultana, Chef de Mission of the Maltese Olympic Committee, Ms. Charlene Attard, Director of Sport of the Maltese Olympic Committee. Ladies and gentlemen, the bronze medal will be awarded to Sandra Dennis and Michael Mayer, representing Luxembourg. The silver medal will be awarded to Anke Fischer and Johanna Rizzo, representing Malta. Ladies and gentlemen, the gold medal will be awarded to Colette Sultana and Liana Sultana, representing Malta. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, let's be standing for the national anthem of Malta. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, let us give a round of applause to the hundreds of volunteers who assisted in the 19th edition of the Games of the Small States of Europe. Presenting the medals for squash Miss Doubles, please welcome Liz Tsai, President of Malta Squash, Mr. Julian Parch Bonello, President of the Maltese Olympic Committee, and Mr. David Azzopardi, Director of Finance within the Maltese Olympic Committee. The bronze medal will be awarded to Miguel Duarte Tojal and Sandra Denise, representing Luxembourg. The silver medal will be awarded to Liana Sultana and Kian Sultana, representing Malta. The gold medal will be awarded to Niall Engerer and Colette Sultana, representing Malta. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be standing for the national anthem of Malta. We now invite Mr. Julian Parch Bonello, President of the Maltese Olympic Committee, to deliver his speech.
Honorable Minister Grima, Honorable Prime Minister Zamora, distinguished guests, friends and colleagues in sport. This week has been full of excitement, with excellent performances by the athletes from the 9 participating countries. Thanks to them, we are sure that everyone will remember these games in Malta positively for many years to come. We would like to thank the visitors from all 8 GSSC countries, their athletes, officials, national Olympic committees, for their ongoing commitment to these games. Long may this continue. I am personally extremely satisfied that this week has seen all our hard work pay off, and I am convinced that the Maltese people who truly love sport are proud of our achievements, both from the organizational side and the super historic, record-breaking results from our athletes. We have proved what can be achieved with the proper funding and investment. Indeed, these games have been a great advert for sport, getting the message across in a truly spectacular way. I must take this opportunity to once again thank all those who supported these games during the past few years, especially the government, National Development and Social Fund, Sport Malta, the European Olympic Committees, and all the sponsors from both the public and private sectors. We rely on their continued support for our athletes and the glory of sport. A big thank you also to the executives and personnel of the Maltese Olympic Committee, of Sport Malta, and all the members of our organizing committee, especially our chair. Last but certainly not least, thanks to our fantastic team of volunteers for generously giving their time and energy towards hosting these games. Whilst wishing you all a safe journey home, we look forward to the 20th edition of our games in Andorra. Thank you.
Presenting the medals for squash men's doubles, please welcome Honourable Clifton Grima, Minister for Education, Sport, Youth, Research and Innovation, and Mr. Kevin Azzopardi, Secretary General of the Maltese Olympic Committee. The bronze medal will be awarded to Mark Radley and Amir Samimi, representing Luxembourg. The silver medal will be awarded to Daniel Zamid Lewis and Niall Engerer, representing Malta. Ladies and gentlemen, the gold medal will be awarded to Kian Sultana and Brad Hindle Degwiri, representing Malta. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be standing for the national anthem of Malta. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, to bring the 19th Games of the Small States of Europe to a close, we'd like to invite Honourable Clifton Dreamer, Minister for Education, Sport, Youth, Research and Innovation, to deliver his closing remarks.
Prime Minister Zamora, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. Last Monday, when I delivered a brief speech here on this very podium, in front of you, you had a man who was hopeful that his country would be able to organize an event in a proper manner and achieve results both on and also off the pitch. Today, being here, it is an honor, and I want to thank each and every one of you who was able to contribute to this marvelous success. Being a supporter, not a minister, visiting the various venues around our country, looking at the athletes, I saw tears of joy, of disappointment. I saw determination. I saw commitment. I saw teamwork. And all this confirms that sports is a very important aspect of our life. All this shows that you, the athletes, are doing a marvelous job representing your country. Lill-atleti kollha, kburin bikom, grazzi ta' riżultati bla preċedent. Bla preċedent. Kieku nhar it-tnejn xi ħadd kellu jħares u jgħid ħadd iksbu dar riżultati, kien ikun hawn min jitbissem ħankun diplomatiku. Ma tantx jien ma ħankun diplomatiku. U llum fil-qoċċata ta' klassifika, grazzi għalikom, Tim Malta, għamiltuna kburin. Applaus lill-atleti, applaus lill-coaches, applaus anka l-volontira ħbib tiegħi. Tmur fejn tmur madwar il-pajjiż, xi ħaġa li laqtitni kienet l-organizzazzjoni, in-nies dedikati u l-poplu Malti u għawċi kollu. Maqudin għal dan l-avveniment illi tefa' l-pajjiżna fuq il-mappa tad-dinja. U allura ippermettu li nitlob applaws ieħor l-Kumitat Organizzattiv, immexxi minn sieħbi Mark, Kumitat Olimpiku Malti u l-volontira kollha illi jagħmlu biċċa xogħol eċċellenti. Onestament irrid gburi bikom, gburi ħafna bikom. Onestament irrid ngħid grazzi anke lill-Prim Ministru Robert Abela tas-sapport kontinwu tiegħu, illi dejjem sibtu kull meta ersaqt il-qoddim bi proposti għall-isport. U bis-saħħa tagħkom l-atleti u riżultati storiċi illi ksibtu l-investiment fil-faċilitajiet. L-investiment anka fikom ħajkompli għaddej. Dak huwa l-commitment tagħna, dik hija l-weda tagħna. Kienet ġimgħa illi għaddiet malaj ħafna. Ħajkun hemm min forsi jgħidli għammenni għal li ma rqadniex. Nikkalkulaw u naraw u tara li kollox jiġi sew jil-inqas wieħed. Imma ħafna nies hawnhekk mingħajr daqta trombi ħadmu bla jeda. It-tifel qal li talaq xejn nagħmlu ġimgħa oħra. Għatlu nixtieq, vera nixtieq. Mamnuni meta nisma' l-innu Malti nkunu emozjonat. Però ħanerġa' nagħlaq kif taħt, grazzi lil daw kollha involuti mill-kbir saż-żgħir tax-xogħol enormi illi għamiltu u nħarsu l-qoddim sabiex sentej oħra niltaqgħu ġewwa Andorra. Grazzi ħafna.
The Games of the small states of Europe are held every 2 years, and Malta is now proud to be passing on the baton to Andorra, who will proudly host the Games in 2025. For the handover ceremony and the lowering of the GSSE flag, please welcome MOC President Mr. Julian Pasch-Bonello and Mr. Jaume Marti, President of the Andorran Olympic Committee, together with Honourable Christian Grima, Minister for Education, Sport, Youth, Research and Innovation, and His Excellency Javier Espot Zamor, Andorran Head of Government.
Minister of Sports, dear Julian, just a few words to congratulate your Super Games. It was a pleasure to be in Malta. And really, my first games in my life was in 2003. And 20 years later, I am another time in Malta. It's a big pleasure, really. Just a little, because I explain. In 2019, we take for the first time this flag, and the circumstances of the pandemic made we cannot do the games. And we hope in 2025 to do also a very good game. So I invite all of you in Andorra in 2025. Thank you.
The Games of the Small States of Europe will be held in Andorra in 2025. This will be the third time that Andorra will be hosting the Games of the Small States of Europe, having previously hosted in 1991 and 2005.
be known. It's time to tell your story. Don't face it all alone. So just rise up to the moment. Let this be your destiny. Be sure to wash away your troubles and let yourself be free. Oh, just remember, we are the stars. Oh, shining brighter to be who we are. Oh, feel the power burning inside of you. Let yourself be lit up, shining light, let the world know you're here to stay and face it all. You will be okay, so make way, make this moment this day, sing it loud and clear. You've been dreaming about, reaching for the stars up above. No matter how far it may seem, you just gotta believe. So be loud and clear, loud and clear. Be sure to let them know how far and wide you go. This is the moment, take the chance. So let the stars align, shine brighter than the sun. This is your universe. Shine your light, let the world know you're here to stay and face it all. You will be okay, so make way, make this moment this day, sing it loud and clear. You've been dreaming about, reaching for the stars up above. No matter how far it may seem, you just gotta believe. So be loud and clear, loud and clear.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, this brings the 19th edition of the Games of the Small States of Europe, Malta 2023, to a close. An edition where, once again, the sense of sportsmanship, friendship, and fair play were presently visible across all disciplines and in all the athletes who did their utmost to shine their light. Good night, be safe, and remember, love sport.